Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Captain Shaq here, and welcome to Space Engineers Update 1.201, aka the Most Wanted, and that's exactly what it is. I love this space station. This is what they used for the trailer. We're going to talk about the update, we're going to talk about everything that was added, we're going to talk a little bit about Space Engineers and how it's been developing, if you haven't been keeping up with it recently. But this right here, this space station was used for the trailer for 1.201. And if I'll just open it up. They put it on the workshop, so you can go in and check it out and actually see how some of these blocks can kind of mix into your own space station. It is the Agri Basin Outpost. I think it looks wonderful, which is absolutely fantastic because it really uses, if we zoom in over, it really uses these new window blocks to great effect. It's so funny to me. This is one of the things that they've added, is the rounded windows. It's so funny to me that they just added these because I was teaching a couple of brand new players how to play and they were trying to use the rounded blocks that nobody really uses because they don't really go with any of the other blocks in the game. And he's like, oh, what about windows? And sure enough, like 2 days later, Keen happened to add windows, which is really cool. It's awesome. Anyways, this update does not come with a paid DLC alongside it like the last couple of updates. Keen's been on a bit of a roll recently with releasing pretty freaking decent updates. Here's what those windows look like from the inside, by the way. This is gorgeous. We had Warfare 1, Warfare 2, which gave us the locking system, it gave us the new weapon systems, and now we've got a free update that added in just a bunch of blocks that the community's been wanting for a long time, like a fixed inverted quarter desk, which is pretty nice. We've got the rounded windows. We've got, and I haven't actually used this one yet, so I wanted to wait until I did the update. Yeah, we got a little plushie. He's small grid. Oh, look at him. Is he, wait, I thought he wasn't paintable. Oh, he is paintable. I was lied to. Oh, look at him. Yeah, that's adorable. I love it. It's just a plushie. Somebody in the comments for the update was like, it's not realistic enough. It's like, it's a plushie. It doesn't have to be like anatomically correct, my man. Now, as I understand it, you can only get these when you're playing, if you're playing survival, by buying them from one of the stores. I have not seen them as like a buildable thing because when you go to build them in the, in like survival, if I pull it up, it takes requirement 1 plushie to build. And it's small grid, so you can like attach it to a small grid or just have them, you know, free floating everywhere. I think these little guys, when I make my small grid ships from now on, they're gonna be the pilot. Any drone that I make that's small grid is going to have a plushie pilot from now on. It needs to be done. Another thing that they've added that is such a nice adjustment is actually, let me head down. Probably the best bet would be, let's do a little admin shenanigans here. We're gonna do a little hackery and we're gonna pop in over one of the examples. For anybody who has built catwalks before, and you wanted 2 catwalks to kind of go over each other, here we go. This is a good example. You'll know the pain of not really being able to do it. So if I wanted a catwalk that walked over the top of this, look at that. That is a half catwalk. And then if you're trying to use the half ladders, this was always a problem with the half ladders, is there's a hacky way of doing it, but there was no half catwalk block like this. And it comes with the railing. So now you can have the railing, you can have the catwalk block, you can have them like stacked on top of each other and be able to continue to walk over and yet still be able to go down to like another level if you want to. It's just one of those quality of lives that when you first try to build this and use these stairs, you'll quickly realize, wait a minute, this doesn't work the way it's supposed to. Well, now it finally does. We have these little half catwalks, really, really nice. So let's talk a little bit about the new blocks, the ones that they've added that are all the transitional blocks. So there's probably an endless number of blocks that the devs over, Keen Software House could put into the game to give us all of the different shapes, but they've added a bunch. There's light armor and heavy armor, like, well, all the blocks that are in the game, but these are all your transitional ones. I'm just gonna slap these suckers down. I'm sure as soon as you see them, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, no, I get what they're doing with that. That's cool. We can get a new angle here. We can fill in some of those sections. Let's go ahead and plop you down here. You know what? While we're doing this, why don't we switch over to the new texture as well? There it is, weldless armor, which is like textureless armor of some kind. Oh man. Okay, that is actually pretty sweet. Light armor transition base, mirrored tip.
Critical.
But yeah, this is gonna be cool because there's so many different. I pop you off. So many different ways to hook these up now. I switch over to more traditional blocks. And let's put like get rid of these. Put a couple of, a corner block here. And now, when I first heard that there were going to be a weldless, what I thought that meant when I heard those words was, oh, cool, we're gonna get a series of blocks that don't have the weld bars on them, these like connection bars in between them, kind of like how these guys are in the front. Not actually the case. That's not what that means at all. I'll paint this whole thing. Oh, I painted the whole grid blue. Whoops. But yeah, no, that's some of them have them, some of them don't. It depends on like where the angle is at. Flip through these. But now we're gonna see all kinds of different edges and angles on the sides of ships, which are gonna be pretty cool. I actually have to switch back over to my normal light block pack to get something to line up here. I think this one would actually line up pretty well. Is it this one? Nope. Nope, nope. I'll have to go through the wall. It must be one of the new ones that matches that kind of angle. But yeah, we got new blocks. We've got a new kind of like flat colored texture. Let me switch the color on this so you guys can see how it takes that. So if you've got like, say that's your new texture, and we switch over to the no texture block. I see there's still detail on it. Or we switch over to like battered armor, which is my absolute favorite. And then we'll switch over to something like clean armor. And you can have a bit of a comparison there. I'll put clean armor right next to it. So it's literally like no texture, just kind of flat. You know what this does also means? It means that when I do my bar now, I have an even number to fill in the entire bar, I believe. So light armor, let's see. This is how I normally set up mine. I don't normally put the round ones in. I go light armor, light armor. Let's get rid of you. You're always my 5. You're always my 6. You're always my 7. Now we've got a new 8, and then we've got plates as 9, and it fills the whole thing in for all of the blocks. Another thing that they've added, I don't know if they've got a small vehicle around here, and I'm really happy Keen is doing this. Please keep going with this, Keen. Please, please, please. Oh, I like that forklift. It's actually quite nice. Not what I'm looking for, though. Not what I'm looking for. I just made a freighter, and I need a forklift. I might take a hard look at that and see if I can get some inspiration. Oh, here we go. Keep doing this, Keen. Keep making your new blocks accessible for us small grid builders. I love building my vehicles in the detail of small grid, and they've made these small neon tubes all work for small grid. This guy's actually made a roll bar for it, which is wonderful. Let's kick it on. Which we could light up, but if you set your neon tubes to just the darkest setting, you get this sweet kind of pipe look, or in this instance, it kind of looks like a roll bar, which I really dig. Or we could, crank up the lights on it. I really like this truck. This is badass. Oh, I have so many ideas for dune buggies now that I want to put together. All right, so that's one of the cool things that they've added. Another thing that they've added that we've had as mods forever, but they finally added them to the base game is, if we go under conveyors, reinforced conveyor tubes. Quite literally. We'll compare them to the normal conveyor tube. So let's just grab this conveyor tube. By the way, when you go to build these suckers, as you flip through your normal conveyor junction pack, you're gonna notice it's so much. Oh, yep, well, that's new. We didn't have T-junctions before unless you've been using a mod. Woo! So we got those. A lot of ships are gonna have to be redesigned now if they want to save weight on the extra components of not having 100 construction components. Where is it? There we go. Or I guess it's not 100 construction components. The conveyor's actually pretty cheap. I think the tubes are still cheaper. Yeah, the tubes are still a little bit cheaper, but now we've got armored versions. Check them out. And they have lock points on all sides, so no more having your conveyor tubes just break off in your ship in combat and fling around inside and do a bunch of damage. Now they can have mount points on every side. It is nice. I dig it. I still wish we'd get a series of conveyors that would work where you could actually turn them into walkways too, so we could make our ships a little bit smaller. I know there was a couple of mods that were working on that. It would be pretty nice, but yeah, those are pretty cool. We've got armored conveyors now. What else did they add? They added a bunch of new armored block variants, so we can get a few more. We go into here. Ignore the new texture. We'll talk about that in a second. Oh hell, we'll just talk about it right now because here's a stunning example of it. We have a corrugated metal texture now, which you can use for all kinds of fun stuff, like, and I know a lot of people when the teaser image came out thought these were a new block. These aren't a new block. These are literally just armor panels using the neon tube little corner piece unwelded with a little bit of a rust texture to them, which is a great, clever way of making these like hinge looking things. These don't actually hinge though, sadly. I wish we had hinges this size. That'd be amazing. Because then we could make these doors actually open up. It'd be really cool, but we can't. Anyways, yeah, those are just armored panels. The only way to open this sucker up would be to grind out one of the sides. But isn't that cool? Conveyors. We've got, or conveyors. This kind of like armored texture. I like it. I like it a lot. I've made these hangers before too, but now that we've got a proper texture for them, it looks so spindly. It looks like I could put like a single round through this in an instant, which would be great. It gives, honestly, it's pretty true because it's made out of light armor and it's just plates. So, all right, we've got our conveyors. We've got our new fancy texture. Let me pop here. Oh, another thing they've added is the ladder shaft, which is kind of hilarious that they've done it, but here we go. I feel like Merrick has a thing for ladders because of all the memes when they took the ladders out years ago. Yep, ladder shaft. If you want this shaft in your base, you can totally just do that. And then if you get to a certain point, you just spacebar off and fling yourself. Hopefully there's something to stop your falling, because that's not good. But yeah, there you are. I like this block. This looks really good. When I first saw the half block for the catwalks, I was like, I wonder if I could just make something like this with those half blocks. Maybe some kind of like, and then no, they just added it, so we're good there. What else they've added? Oh, they've added the new rails. They added those corner rails, which are pretty sweet. So we've got, boom, boom, diagonal rails, which we've had diagonal rails before, but now we've got like a new variant of them. So you can make them match all the other blocks that we've got based on whichever one you want to use. So, which you'll probably see a bunch just all around the base here. I actually really like this update. Zoom back down here. Cha. One of the things that they've added that is going to be great for you small grid builders like me is and it was funny because I was just complaining about this not too long ago, it is the converter. It's just the spacer that we had before. Oops. The conveyor frame. It's just like the conveyor frame, but it does something more than just take up space. It actually will convert your large grid port to your small grid port, which I am having a time finding. Let me just do conveyor and learn how to type. Conveyor, bop, bop. There it is. Conveyor converter. And there it goes. So you've got your large port on this side, 3 ports on the back, and then 1 port on the side. I think you get a port on the bottom and the top. Yeah. Yeah, so if you need to convert, that large cargo container port to 3 small ones, so you can put, I don't know, an H2 generator somewhere, run pipes off of it, or get your mining equipment stuck on the sides of it. There it is. And it is for the small grid. Large grid, not so much. But then we've already got conveyor junctions and stuff for that, so it's not really a big deal. There's a few goofy things. Oh, for the, keep doing it, Keen. I love it. Keep adding cool stuff for small grids. The curved windows, for those that are wondering, because this was the first question I had, totally works on small grids. They do snap to small grids. You can use them. All the windows still work for small grids. For all of you who, like me, lived so many years without having windows on small grids and had to use mods to make it work, very nice to see that they're just immediately out of the box coming with that support. There is one other small grid item that they've added, which for all of you turret designers out there who love to bring on your different customized weapon systems for your vehicles, this is not the one that I want, there is an advanced small grid rotor now. We're really excited and I can't click properly. There it is. Yes. So this sucker should be, there it is piped. You can run ammunition from your small grid to your large grid. So if I stick this guy, yeah, let's get rid of these. We're gonna turn you into my variant of a warthog. And boop, there it is. And there's the top for it. So now you can pipe ammunition or if for whatever reason you want your drills on a rotor, don't ask me. I don't know why you'd want to do that, but you can do it. And you can actually pipe them through without having to use the monstrosity that was the old advanced rotor that was the large, and yeah, the 3x3 is what it's called now, which was a pain in the butt to use, which I'll never be able to stick onto because it takes up so much freaking space. And it's nice that it's flat, but I'm glad that they kept the 3x3 though. There are some really good uses for this, particularly if you're gonna do like a rocket system or something like that. But yep, that is the update. A lot of cool stuff that they've added. Just to make life a little bit easier. There's quite a few things that I'm hoping we get another one of these updates, maybe, after the next big one. I hope they keep doing this most wanted style. Like maybe we'll get most wanted 2 and most wanted 3. If you have hard set opinions on what you wish they would add, let me know in the comments. I know that Keen has this website set up where everybody can vote on things and features that they'd want to add, but sometimes it feels like they just kind of ignore it and do whatever. So let me know in the comments. Maybe we can kick up a little bit of a fuss and find that 1 or 2 or 5 blocks that we all really, really wish we had. This is a great start, though, on kind of filling out those needs for the random little blocks that we all wish would be added. Corrugated metal was one of those I didn't actually think, I didn't even think about. Even though all the hangers that I've made, I never thought, corrugated metal, but here we are. Now we can make sweet looking hangers. Quonset huts is what they're called. Very, very cool. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. Thanks for joining me. I'm going to do more Space Engineers coverage like this. Got a few mod videos that I want to kick out. So if you want to see more of that, you guys know what to do, all the YouTubey stuff. And I will see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye, everybody.